Hello, we've all been there, right? Dealing with challenges that feel overwhelming and wondering if we'll ever get the hang of things. I'm Lily, and today I'm gonna talk about how small steps can lead to big changes. I grew up in a small town in Kyrgyzstan, Central Asia. After high school, I took a leap and moved to South Korea to attend a Christian university. And for the past 3 years, I've been navigating life as an international student, and now I find myself on an exchange semester in Poland. My journey has been far from easy, but along the way, I've learned something important. Progress doesn't happen all at once. It's a process, a series of small and deliberate steps. And sometimes, that's all we can manage, one step at a time. For the past few months, I've traveled a lot from Korea to my home country, where I spent a valuable time with my family, with my friends. And of course, it's been a good opportunity for me to rest both physically and mentally. And just to forget about life being an international student in a foreign country. The time is 9:21 in the morning. My flight is at 10:55. I'm actually very grateful for this trip. That's the time when I can rest. My flight is soon. Life is never constant. We all go through ups and downs, what I usually call different seasons in life. And each season asks us to be strong or even weak at times. Everyone faces situations that can either help them grow and strengthen their character or leave them feeling stuck. And that's how we grow, by choosing to learn and move forward instead of staying in one place. Most of you probably already know how hard and complicated life can be. But not everyone experiences growth. Some people get stuck in a season, whether it's depression, guilt, or simply the past. But what sets apart those who keep moving forward from those who stay stuck? It's patience, resilience, and the ability to take small steps, even when the path ahead seems unclear. After spending a good time in Kyrgyzstan, I went back to Korea. I started applying for my Polish visa, and it turned out to be one of the hardest periods in the recent months. These past few hours, I was filling the documents that I need to prepare for tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm applying for visa. I had to solve problems, navigate through all the documents that I had. It was also quite frustrating to realize that the semester at my university had already begun, but I was still stuck with the visa application process instead of heading to another country. Living in Korea for 3 years has been both challenging and life-changing. But why would I want to leave the place where I had built connections and friendships? And it's not even common for full-time international students to pursue yet another adventure in another country. But for me, it was about growing. It meant stepping out of my comfort zone again, facing new challenges, and building new friendships. I knew that this decision would change me in ways I couldn't yet foresee. With the help of God and wonderful people around me, I finally got my visa, and here I am. Where is the university? This is the university where I study right now. And yeah, it was quite a journey, but it was worth it, for sure. As a kid, I always wanted things right away. Even as I grow older, like anyone else, I still want to know things immediately. But over time, as I moved from being a teenager to an adult, I realized that life doesn't work like that. Life demands that we move forward one step at a time, even when the results aren't visible. And let me tell you that Every big change we notice in other people's life, every milestone, is always the result of small, consistent effort. And now the question is, why do you need this information? Well, maybe for people who are facing challenges in life, it might be useful to watch this video till the end. When the exchange program process began in the spring, it became clear that it was going to be a long and uncertain journey. People kept asking me, when are you leaving? What is your plan? And what if everything won't work? And with each conversation, I realized that the constant need to have everything figured out ahead of time is exhausting. As adults, we are often conditioned to believe that we need a 5-year or 10-year plan. Of course, we have enough capacity to plan, calculate, or even guess, but we don't always have control over things that can happen next. It's natural to care about the future, but there is a fine line between caring and worrying. As a follower of Jesus Christ, I've learned that my assurance doesn't come from knowing all the answers. It comes from faith. Faith that God will guide me through both the good and the difficult moments. Walking in faith means moving forward even when you can't see the whole path. Sometimes all you can do is take one step. Other times you can take more. But the most important thing is staying close to God, trusting that after 5 or 10 years, I'll be exactly where He intended for me to be. And things won't always go smoothly. Even if it feels that the progress is slow, keep moving forward. And one day when you look back, you'll realize that those small steps led you to something much bigger than you could have ever imagined.